We have a plethora of Steve Young getting ready to come to the Monterey Sports Cards store. Welcome everyone. Kevin here with Monterey Sports Cards. It's been a while since I was on the channel. Just thought I wanted to come in and say how you doing, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thought I'd give you a look at what's being listed and what's coming real soon. So this is all the Steve Youngs. Had some questions over the holidays on how I list and how I sort and what have you. So I thought I would kind of pause as I was here. So this is all Pinnacle Steve Young. All this section here would be all Pinnacle. This in here would be all like the Fleer and the Skybox would be here. Upper Deck and so on. But what I've done is I've laid it out right here. This is the tops. So this is all Steve Young's tops. There's a little bit of like wild card or prism where if I only have one here, then I'll kind of throw those in the back, which I'll show you in a minute. So what I do is I get everything from the single brand. So in this case, this is all tops. Doesn't matter, just standard tops. If it's Stadium Club or whatever it might be, get them all put out here. And then all the duplicates get set on each other. So they all get set here. And then what I do is individually I'll go through each of the duplicates, and if there's any that are in like extremely poor condition or worse condition, then those go and get put away over there, like right up on here, to be sorted later, to be sold separately. Otherwise, if they're all relatively same condition, same centering and what have you, like here, then they all get stacked here. And then I try my best if I can to put the worst one on the top, and I'll show you how that works and why that works. But the worst one goes on top. But like here you can see my knees are like unbelievably sharp. I mean, that's really super sharp on both of those. So those look fantastic. This one is a little bit more off-centered. You can see that here. Whereas you take this one here, it's barely a little bit better, a little bit, not as much left heavy as this one here. So then that one goes first. So you'll see the picture of that one. But if you buy, when there's two quantity, then you're gonna get this one first, which is a better condition. And then this one, the last one, will be right there. And get those all set up. And then what I do is I go through and start where it goes to individual. So here it starts, these are all duplicates here. All the rest are individual, right? So then I would take all the individuals out here, and I would get them all stacked together. So we'll get them all put out here. These are all individual. Some really nice cards coming. So if you see any of these will get listed. I'm all the way set out till, what is it? January 21st, I believe. I have all the cards coming out right now. So this video is going to be posted on January 14th. Today is Wednesday, January 14th. And again, I have all the cards right now scheduled through the 21st, which is kind of a large, let me show you, let me pause. It's a large Dan Marino set that I have here. So this is all the Marinos that I did, just like I did the Steve Young now. This is all the Marinos that are going to be coming between now and the 21st. So I usually do about 50 to 100 cards a day. And so obviously that amount of Marinos, that's what's going to take up that time. But then these Steve Youngs will be coming out the 22nd and beyond. So if you're interested in any of these, start watching from the 22nd, and you'll start seeing all of these go off in the store. And then again, I curate them all. I make sure that they're all in great condition. I don't accept any poor condition unless it's extremely rare, or maybe if it's just one side, like looking right there might be like, you can see a little bit of white there, but it's clean all on the top, all across the side. So in case somebody really needs this or wants this for their PC, or if they're trying to do it for a collection, then I want to make sure we still make them available. And then you can go through and you can see I have stuff like this where this is the base version of the Stadium Club. And then here is the first issue. So this will be put out separate. And that'll be obviously a different variation. So continue to put all of the singles that I have, put them all out here. This is kind of the boring or the tedious part, but there's a gold version there. So put these all out here. Some great cards coming for Steve Young. This one is really fantastic. I love the way this one looks. If this doesn't show up in the scanner very well, just look how beautiful. This card's amazing. Forever is going to get it. Same with this. Some of these don't show up as well in the scanner, unfortunately. Another reason why I'm creating these videos for you guys, for you to be able to walk through and kind of see them, especially the cards that are just one copy. Then you're going to absolutely, like, you buy the one copy, this is the card you're getting. The one I'm holding right now, $349. This is the card you're absolutely going to have. Put these right out here. Okay, so once I have the single stack, kind of trying to do this with one hand so I can kind of, once I have that, again, now on the top of all these stacks, all these quantity stacks, I have the worst copy or just the next best great copy. And then I take those and I put those right on the single copy. So then I take all those just like that and move them right over to the single copy. Just like that. Kind of try not to move the camera as much, but each one goes out there. Get these all done. Then, grab too many. Once this is all done here. Okay, so that's all done leading up to that. So now my stack, when I finish stacking these here, it should match that. That should be the very last card that goes in my duplicates. So now these are all duplicates that I have. And so what I do for these is you just grab here and I just take all these and put them on top of each other like so. All like this, going basically in reverse order. And now that stack is the duplicate of what I had in here. So then if you take this duplicate down, the next one would be the medalist, unless I had more copies of this, and then it'd be the medalist. And so that's how I do, this is all the duplicates. Now these singles will all get put over here into the 8170. Those all get scanned into the system. All the singles do. The duplicates get set aside until I'm done. When I'm done with Card Dealer Pro, after I put these all in, all of Card Dealer Pro will give me is a CSV or an Excel file that shows me all just one quantity. And then I'll go through and then I'll marry up these. What I'll do is I'll put this down here like this at the bottom, and this one stays on the top. And then these get numbered 208, right? So there's a quantity of 2. Put that in the Excel sheet. And then that way, when they go into the sorting system, when they become here, I know that the one on the top is the one that I scanned and is the worst of the 2 copies, if you could call it, right? I mean, just to be clear, like they're all flawless. They're all as great as I can possibly make them, but I try to find a distinction, or if not, then what I also try to do is find the one without the price tag on the back, just in case, because some of them have price tags on the back. I don't have any there. So like some of them have a price tag on the back. So if everything else is equal, I try to do the one without the price tag. I can't possibly try to go through and add a penny sleeve to every single card that has a price tag, but I try to do my best by adding penny sleeves when I can. So I think that's it. So that clears that off for Topps. I get this scanned in. This will be basically my Steve Young A for today. So like 11426. And then I'll name it with his last name, in this case, Young. And then I'll hyphen it with an A. So like I did with the Dan Marinos, right? So like I did Dan Marino A, B, C. And if it takes more than one day, like Dan Marino took a little bit longer. Maybe this took about maybe 2 days, 3 days to do all the different Dan Marinos from A to O. But I keep the date the same from the date that it originated. It's not a big deal that it's 3 days different, but there's no reason to have it be 107 and then this one start at like 108 and then this one finish at like 109. There's really no reason for that. So I would highly recommend whatever date you start a batch to keep it at that date and then go until that batch is done. So like a little peek in like the NFL, right? December 22nd, right here, all the way through. until the 27th is when I did the next batch. So realistically, I might have stopped this on the 24th, or maybe I did something on Christmas Day and then picked this one up a couple days after Christmas and then did this batch, so on and so forth. And then there's a Terrell Davis that I just did only on that day. There's some like Terrell Davis cards just for that day, and so on. So that's how I do all that. That's how everything gets measured, and then it all goes in there. So that's it. I think that's good for today. Appreciate you watching. We're 10 minutes, 40 seconds in. So appreciate anybody that's made it this far. Again, if you're interested in these cards, look for them on January 22nd and beyond. You'll start seeing them get populated. And then I'm going to go through now and I'm going to finish organizing the rest of these. I'm going to do Fleer next, then Upper Deck, then Bowman, so on and so forth. So Pinnacle as well. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Look forward to seeing you on Monterey Sports Cards, and leave a comment and a like. Really helps out the channel. Really helps allow me to grow. Can't thank you enough to all the kind words anybody said watching the videos, coming on and buying from us on Monterey Sports Cards. Means a lot. Have a wonderful day. I'll stop blabbing. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.